Okay, everyone, we are back with a new build. This is my Ultimatum farmer. Obviously, Cast When Stunned has been around for a while. Yeah, people have been using it just to kind of farm ultimatums and stuff. There was the original creator of this build, absolute miracle. If you need kind of a lot more information on this guy, go straight to him. He has lots of kind of stuff about it. Kind of spent a whole league just farming ultimatum with this guy. Yeah, you can just pick up a shit ton of currency. So for my Atlas tree, anything that's in a circle is good. So circle good. Expedition circle good. Just pick up the one big circle good. Ritual 4 circles. And then obviously ultimatum, just sit in the circles. Yeah, obviously the skill tree is really good. It's kind of just meant for just like running in, doing a bunch of the league mechanics, running out. I got Tujin stuff. It's I'll give you a quick showcase. There's a wheel here too. I just want to quickly go over. Inscribed ultimatums. So you can turn this on and off depending on what you're trying to farm. Some people like to farm just raw currencies, divines and stuff. But I don't know. I think there was a league where I just kind of just did this. And I was getting a ton of the inscribed ultimatums for, what was it, the Reliquish boots. I think there were a couple divine each. Obviously down here, survive the assault. You kind of just want to be surviving in the circle. I think this is probably the best one. You kind of just stand there. And that's kind of what the build's good at, just standing there. I'll quickly go over the build. Bread and butter, Cloak and Flame. Everyone knows what it does. Defiance of Death, it makes you really tanky. Rise of the Phoenix, it's pretty good. It's a good entry point kind of into the build. Obviously, the must for a build, you need the 2 jewels. Where are the jewels? Here it is. Blood Notch. Trust me, it's on here somewhere. There it is. Stun Block Recovery. Obviously, you're just going to keep getting stunned. You attach all your stuff to stunning stuff. And then with Prolif, everything spreads. And obviously, you got some damage over time stuff. This is really good. So you just have a 5% chance to explode. So when that actually happens, holy shit, you feel it because the ignite starts to spread. I do run this as well. It's actually really good for just keeping huge ignites on bosses and all this kind of stuff. Is it a bossing build? No. Can you destroy stuff? Yes. This ring's really good for it because it spawns a bunch of little guys. It's almost, them little summon phantasm guys. It kind of just spawns a bunch of them. They hit you, and then obviously you're casting more stuff. So I'm just going to go quick ultimatum, just run a random map. So here we go. As I said, expedition really good. As I said, circles good. You can also just run like breach and really heavily kind of dense pack stuff. But usually my goals in the map is just to run around. I don't have my shield charge on at the moment, but you just run around, try to find your ultimatums, try to find your rituals, all this kind of stuff. So ritual, I'll quickly just showcase this. As I said, circles are good. You will drop frames with this build too still. This one probably lags the most, I reckon, out of any build. So here's an expedition. Most of the time you just don't need to care. You kind of just, pick the biggest circle. Circles for the win. You kind of just stand there. All your Ignite Prolif is just pretty much going to murder everything. Really strong for expedition. As I said, I was kind of just running through maps, doing the quickly expedition, grab a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, it is Gwen. We don't like Gwen. If you get a bunch of Tujin, you can make, a lot of money. Okay, here's the ultimatum. Unfortunately, it is waves of enemies, but yeah, there's actually a tier list for this. Here's the tier list. Yeah, there's some stuff that's obviously a bit ouchy. All this top stuff that makes it smaller. Mobs attack faster, which is obviously good because if mobs are attacking you, it means you're getting more casts off. Lightning damage, you don't really care. Just makes more circles, even though we love circles. I think we just keep clicking that. Fire, we're pretty much immortal to fire. This one's good, but obviously you can't have too many of them. It pretty much just puts a big damage over time thing on you. All these other ones are pretty good. Obviously the do not takes. A lot of them are like just instant losing ones. So I think the ghost guy, if you get like a 6 or 7 of the ghost guys on you, it's pretty bad. As I said, pretty much the best one for this. Monster Slaying's actually the annoying one to get because yeah, you just kind of have to sit here for a while. Sometimes it is a bit longer. You do get like a really tanky mob, but if you get it down pat and you remember all the the tier list kind of thing and the things to pick, it's kind of just it's free. There's the ghost guy, so you just fail automatically on reaching 7. So since you're standing there, you're just getting attacked by the ghosts. Yeah, obviously rewards can be pretty crazy sometimes. It's pretty random sometimes as well. I think there's a lot of stuff on the tree that actually makes it half decent though. You can kind of get a lot more special rewards and all that kind of stuff. Catalyst's always really good selling things too, so there's actually a neat little trick you can do with Catalyst. So if you're also farming Harvest as well, you can get your big stack of 20 Catalysts and you can kind of just throw it in your Harvest bench and just re-roll until you get the really good ones. Yeah, it's pretty sneaky. So you get the really cheap Catalysts, a big stack of 20 of them, put them in the Harvest thing, re-roll them, and if you hit the ones that are like 5 cows each, you just made a huge profit, obviously. Build, as I said, pretty tanky. You kind of just sit here and just, fall asleep a bit. This build's also great if you have a Steam Deck or something, or you're playing on controller, or, whatever. You kind of just, like, sit here and you just, lay down and sleep a bit while you're just playing this. Yeah, and you're kind of making a bit of money off screen. As I said, that's kind of why I made the bit of the circles on the Atlas. I just get a bunch of shit. Yeah, so that's pretty much the build. Obviously, as I said, sum up, pretty much just pick all your circles. Ritual's really good. I think they're buffing this as well. Ritual's good. Ultimatum good. Keep circles. Circle's good. Yep, thanks for watching, everyone. Laters.